A friend of mine was 21 years old in his room. He wanted to bang his head so hard against the wall and break his head, or at least faint and get unconscious for a few hours that particular day. Have you ever had this feeling looking back? Time had just run like that, just like a snap. The days, weeks, months, even years have passed without you even noticing it or catching hold of it. They all seem meaningless, and your life seems to just go on without any hold. And coming back to my friend, it was September 10, 2024, in the city of Chennai, where he was actually alone in his room. It was Wednesday evening, like around 6 pm. There was nothing very interesting about his environment or anything. There is nothing much to describe about his room. It was the same old room where he lived alone, but he was actually battling and going to war against soul sucking feelings like that of intense fear, stress, and uncertainty about his future. He was almost in the end of his undergraduation and he had not yet got a job. He did not have the money to spend on basic food and needs, and his last few rupees were just enough to survive for a couple of days before he goes completely broke. Just 2 days. And he did not have a proper plan or idea of where his life may take him. Will I end up to be a beggar? Am I just another insignificant soul on earth? Am I useless? These were the questions that were going on and on in his mind. And worst of all, his life felt insignificant, unworthy, and a meaningless existence. And he came up with a plan to solve his problems. He decided to watch reels for like the next 30 minutes to distract himself from his inner voice, which to his agony only made things worse, and his inner critical voice grew louder and louder. Annoyed, he put down his phone and took a book in front of him to at least distract himself by learning something new. The air smelled like air, and he couldn't hear a single thing when he was reading outside except for his own inner voice. 1 hour passed. His fear, stress, and uncertainty had diminished, though the reasons for him to stay that way had not passed. He always thought his life was insignificant and it was just running by without any control, but something changed that day. He found something that made even his dullest days count after that. He was actually finding moments in his life that made his life worthy and not just a passing by factor. The fear, uncertainties, and the stress remained, but a sense of worth and momentful meaning in his life grew larger and larger with each passing day. Time slowed down, his days seemed slow, his life was not moving like a flash, like how his school days went. Something changed forever. There were two ways for you to actually find moments in your day that actually slows down your time for you and make your days count due to these little moments of changes, realization, and revelation. And there are two main strategies to achieving it. These may not exactly cure your fear or uncertainty or the stress you have in your life, but they'll surely make your life meaningful and significant as you record the moments in your life using these two strategies. The first strategy, it is called the homework for life, or in my terms, the 5 minute rule. What you do is you ask yourself each day at around the time you sleep, if I had to share a story to my friend or family tomorrow that they might connect to about something that happened over the course of the day to me, what would it be? What would the story be? No matter how small, inconsequential, or boring it might be, if that moved in any way, if it moved you in any way emotionally, like never before, which was unique to that particular day and none other days, what would it be? You reflect about your day and write it down somewhere for 5 minutes. That's it. After a few weeks, you will notice moments in your life that had real meaning that you had never noticed before, which comes in front of you face to face. Slowly, you will notice that the days don't pass in a blink of the year. The pace slows down. Weeks feel like months, and months feel like years. If you think, is this even a thing? I thought you were going to say something grand, but it's so petty and trivial. If you think that, bro, Have you even tried before what I'm just saying here? For at least 3 months straight every day for just 5 minutes. If not, then come after 3 months, consistently applying what I just said, and I'll accept whatever you say. But though it seems simple, it is not easy because it needs first commitment. The commitment to sit for 5 minutes every night. And the second, the faith that eventually you will notice beautiful moments because this actually takes months to properly identify meaningful moments. So I leave you right there. Just think about it. Particularly, just start doing it today, and you will notice that your life is as beautiful as the things you think beautiful are because of the moments you have each day. Just record them, and as the days and months pass by, your time will slow down, and you will have a strong sense of life and meaning and self worth in it. Let go of who you are to discover who you could be. Peace.